Evening, one and all. Welcome to TMA Sunday Night Live, where you choose the topics. We will discuss them. We've got a few tasty topics coming up. Just a big shout out, as always, to the TaylorMade Former Players Club, fronted by Watford's favourite son, Luther Blissett. Get well, mate. And also 1984 FA Cup final left back Neil Price Pricey. Head on over to facebook.com, TaylorMade for Community. And like we said, we've seen in recent days Luther gradually getting better. So hopefully that's a sign of good things to come for him. Right, yeah, Moobs, we're having technical difficulties. Dino's just managed to get on. Moobs is trying to get on as well, so we do apologise. Hi guys, hi everyone. Have a great Christmas. Yeah, cheers, mate. Nice one. Okay, we'll get straight on to him. We are trying to fix, trying to get Moobs on, so we'll try and do that during the things. If you see me head down typing, you know why. But yeah, exactly. StreamYard obviously fucking around. Right, okay, let's get straight on with it. Right, okay, so Woody put like a massive question. This is pretty much, I've shortened it a little bit, but it's pretty much the same principles. It's basically on the, are we underachieving or overachieving based on what people are saying now and what we were saying at the start of the season. I know Greg, myself, and especially Greg as well, was looking around the spaces on Twitter. Good spaces, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking them. They were good spaces. It was great entertainment watching and listening to all the opinions. But a lot of people had different opinions in the summer. Greg could testify to that, shall we say. But we'll get straight onto it. So, on a whole, from what the fans have been saying from pre-season to now, are we overachieving or underachieving this season?
You want me to go?
Yeah, go for it, but Greg, sorry, mate. Go on.
Yeah. Look, many fans were talking. Many fans were talking about a relegation battle this season, and we certainly ain't going to be having one of them. I think we are overachieving. I don't think there's the quality in the division there this year than there has in previous years. And I think it's potentially an easier league. But come on, our budget is much reduced than it has been in previous years. Yes, I think we finally got a good head coach. But yeah, of course we are overachieving with what we've got. And maybe with a good January window, we can go even further. So yes, overachieving, but I didn't think we would. But I was asked at the start of the season, and I said somewhere between 6 to 10, which is where we are. As I said earlier, many were talking. Even some were talking 23rd, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. But yes, overachieving, but the division is weaker.
Dino, what do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, I totally agree with what Greg said there, really. I didn't have us for a relegation. I agreed with him. I was going to be happy with around halfway, 12th, 13th. We are overachieving. I think we've got a good young squad. I'm enjoying the ride at the moment. I'm not enjoying the waveform like every Watford fan at the moment. I can't put my finger on it why they're so bad away and so good at home. I don't know. We are overachieving. I do agree. I'm very happy where we are at the moment. We'll be only 3 points out of playoffs with a game in hand. I would have snapped your hand off at the beginning of the season if you told me got to December in this situation. I think every Watford fan would have been happy with that. So, yeah, we're definitely overachieving, but I'm very happy. Like Greg said, the spending-wise, we've barely spent anything. So I hope Tom gets backed in January where we can bring at least 3 or 4 fresh legs in and some good players in, and you never know. We could maybe push for playoffs, which would be the finishing there, be a terrific season for Tom Cleverley. It'd be a great, no matter what happens in it. So, yes, to answer the question, we are overachieving at the moment.
I don't think it's just the initial spending on the squad where our weekly budget is drastically reduced in salary to what it's been when we've had parachute money. So, our spend on the squad is far less than it was last year, and we are performing better. And arguably playing better football than we did last year. So, yeah.
I mean, start of the season. I know exactly who you're talking about. Obviously, I won't say who it is, but I know there's one or two people that were on the Spaces saying we'll get relegated. At least one of them that I know is a good bloke, and like I say, he's absolutely entitled to that. I know there's a few others that were saying we were going to struggle. Looking at the transfer window before we started signing players, I said it'll be a good season if we finish 12th. I do believe we would have finished mid-table, playing some decent football under Cleverley. And I said that start of the season, if we play decent football under Clebs, finish mid-table, with some sort of spouts, signs of progression, shall we say, from last season in terms of what we can do going forward, then it's a great springboard for the next season. I mean, it transpires at the moment it's going to be even better springboard if we do finish where we Clebs wants us to finish. But a lot of people are saying as well, and I'll read the comments out in a sec, that we've done all this without a recognised striker, really. And I don't mean to not buy her, but he's not a 30-goal a season striker, or a Gorkarez who well, it's a bad pronunciation, but a Gorkarez who was at Coventry the other season, and that's what got him into the playoffs, was Hamer and Gorkarez. If we had two of those type of players that were scoring that consistently that season, we would have easily got in the playoffs. Easily, we probably got promoted automatically with the squad we had, because we had the best squad in the league, but the worst attitude. Now we've got a much better attitude, better football, and it counts double. We're not making up in quality. We're certainly making it up in dedication, and the way we're playing. So credit to Clebs. Right, quickly before we go on, the prison Wi-Fi is okay tonight. Then Dino's from Woody. Evening, guys. Nice to see Dino is out of the solitary cell. Exactly. They're getting him out already. Dan's evening. Danny says, I think the league is underachieving. The fact that we are without a striker says it all. Halsey said the championship is very even, other than the top four maybe. Woody already looking forward to a trip to Wembley. Mr. Cusack, Backman's number one fan, he says we are overachieving with the new spine of the team needed: keeper, centre midfielder and centre forward. He's also said Sissoko's legs have unfortunately gone for EFL level. Halsey, would Rajvic come back to make a difference? We can throw that into the same mix as well, boys, before we go on to the next topic. Do you reckon it'd make a difference if he came back, Greg?
No. In a word, he's not coming back. They've already said he's back training because Bromley have got a winter break. But he can't do any of the attributes that Tommy's looking for in a nine, where he can put the ball in the net.
That helps, doesn't it?
If it's right. But he can't hold the ball up, and he can't bring players into play. I think I don't think we'll see, as long as Cleverley is in charge, I don't think we'll see Rajvic in a Watford shirt again. Is my opinion. On the Sissoko thing, I think Sissoko is good if we manage his minutes. He's not a 2-game-a-week man anymore. You're not going to get 2 championship games a week out of him anymore. If you manage his minutes, he's okay. But I agree with the guy that left the comment. For a championship, Saturday, Tuesday, he hasn't got it anymore. He hasn't got the stamina for it.
Absolutely, Dino, mate.
Yeah, pretty much agree. To be fair to Bayo, it's the same with Rajvic, really. And Greg's right. Neither one can hold the ball up and bring players in. It drives us crazy, but they're only as good as the supplier, aren't they? Bayo last couple of games, because he's been getting crosses in, same as Rajvic. He's got a chance of scoring. So they're both very good in the air, so it wouldn't make much difference. So, and with the Sissoko, we've been saying it for months now, haven't we? He can't, like Greg said, he can't do 2 games. He can do one once a week, a Saturday or a Tuesday, but he can't. He's a great player to have around, though, isn't he? He's a great one to have in the changing room. He's played in the Champions League. He's great for our youngsters. So he is an important player in our squad, regardless playing or not. So But yes, his
Exactly,
legs has gone. We're saying that at the beginning of the season, he looked tired, didn't he? So, and it's coming through
Yeah.
now. He looks knackered.
He had TDB running around with him, and he, like Greg said
Yeah.
last week, he had a good understanding with him, and it kind of broke it up a bit. Obviously, with TDB's injuries, Bio's got the touch of a trampoline. Some crew saying, brilliant, love it. Right, boys, anything else before we go on to the next one?
No, I think
Good. Yeah. Right. Okay. Dan said we are trying to get moves on, but for some reason StreamYard's just proper fucking around today, so I don't know if we'll get moves on. So sorry, moves, mate. We'll keep trying, but it's a pain in the arse today. It was like the other week with Dunk having echo issues from StreamYard. They said it's his internet. I said no, it's nothing to do with his internet. It's StreamYard's fucking around. Right. Okay. Dan Brown saying, if Darren isn't in John McClane gear, he needs to change. It's Christmas and John McClane's not even on the pod. It's ridiculous. Have Sissoko's legs gone? We've almost said that, but we'll revisit that now. Has his legs gone? He seemed to stop after 5 minutes yesterday. Would he be better as a sub? Go on, boys. You answer it and I'll follow in after.
I think you get the most out of him you can from the start and then sub him. I don't think you bring him on later in a game. I think you start him, wait till he's spent, and then do it the other way and sub him. Then is what I would do, but others may differ.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's better starting him because if he does get injured, at least you can sub him, can't you? Instead of bringing him on, he gets a twinge and then you have to take him off again. So you waste an entire player and a sub. No, you're right. He can. I reckon he's still got a good hour in him. Any game, at least an hour. He can go for it. As long as he steadies himself, but no, definitely not as a sub. Maybe for the last 10 minutes, as long as you've got the legs in there, you can bring him on. But yeah, it's a bit dangerous in it coming on as a sub, as we all know. Totally different to starting a game. You've got to get into the speed of the game, haven't you? And for older legs, it gets harder.
Well, the thing is, the way to compensate for that is a similar sort of thing when you play a back three. When you've got an old boy in the middle, you have two younger guys beside him, and you basically get him to sit, not commit too much, and let the other two lads do most of the running. It'd be similar if we did it with Sissoko now, and I agree with you what you boys are saying. He's only really got an hour in him, and then you sub him on for a fresher guy. If you're going to keep him on for the 90 minutes, you've got to basically tell him, don't bomb forward, just break up play. Your thing is to basically break up play and give it to lads that can run, and have two lads beside him play a free in midfield, rather than the two that he's looking at doing at the moment. Because he's looking at go on.
To be fair, Loser does quite a bit. I've slated him not lately, but I was slating him. Didn't think but he does do a lot of running about, getting the ball, and that would take a. I know he don't win tackles as much as I like. I think he pulls out, but he does work hard. To be fair, Loser, in getting the ball and coming for it. So that would save Sissoko a bit of energy. He don't do the defensive work, but the attacking wise, I have to give Loser credit. He's been quite excellent in the last 3-4 games.
I think we were exposed yesterday because we played with a flat back four, and at times we were totally outnumbered in midfield in that first half, and he looked particularly off the pace. Not all his fault. Duomo, a 19-year-old, was a 20-year-old was struggling, and you're always going to be struggling when they've got another man than you have. Tom addressed it in the second half. And it was better. Was surprised yesterday with our opening, the way Tom set us up to start the game, because we were ultra attacking against a top team.
Yeah,
if you're going to go ultra attacking away from home, you do it at Hull. You don't do it at Burnley. That is what I couldn't make out around yesterday. Hull, we went out ultra defensive. They're at the bottom. Burnley, we're ultra attacking, and they're at the top. And we did struggle to get Vata in the game, Czech in the game. All our attacking players first half, we struggled to get them in the game because we didn't have the ball. Burnley had the ball. So, yeah.
Absolutely, mate. Sorry, I'm just speaking of moves. Yeah, it's not letting him log on. Kevin Hollins. Yeah, cheers, mate. I've got a couple of versions. I've got one with Holdsworth at the back, This one, and this one I got from eBay for 20 quid, which I couldn't believe. Yeah, I know, 20 quid for this.
I've got that one.
Proper original, mate.
Yeah,
the one I got for
won't fit me now, but
no. I got yeah, exactly, mate. The one that I got originally, the large one, I've got number 11, and it's signed by Essenthaler and Leventhal, so it's hanging up as you're walking into my house. This one, I've got another one over there, and I've got the purple one that used to fit. I got that in Christmas '95, the whole kit, full kit wanker when I was about 14, and yeah, it's got Holdsworth at the back of that. One of my favourite ever defenders, obviously behind Ian Bolton, but one of my favourite defenders of all time. Right, let's get Moobs is getting slaughtered here, by the way. Got a few other things as normal, mate. Woody's saying, yep, as we have two players like that to run down the wings and chip the ball into the box, which is his style of play. Byers got Byers got touch trampoline. Moobs is in mourning about City's form at the moment. He wants to lay low. Yeah, I think that's the reason, Halsey, absolutely. Cusick saying Moobs is a gym junkie now. Maybe he's pumping iron. Let's get physical. Yeah, top shot. Cheers, mate. Cusick, I think Klebs tried to fight fire with fire, but didn't work. Yeah, cheers, Kev. Woody, I think the reason we don't travel too well is the Iceland sausage rolls on the team coach. They're used to having Greg's. Joke, yeah. Oh, boom. Yeah, well done, mate. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, I think, my take on that. Firstly, on the John McClane thing, I'm shocked at. Yeah, Darren's got family round, so I hope he's having a nice time. But yeah, definitely shocked about that John McClane gear. But Sissoko's legs, I do think we're going to play him for the full 90. Like I said, we play three in midfield and have like someone like losing Dewoma beside him if you're going to do that. Otherwise, like you boys have said, let him start the game, and then we'll just do the usual subs and just bring on when we bring on a midfielder. You just take Sissoko off.
And Tom, to be fair, is very good at working the bench, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, to be fair. Yeah.
So,
Fair enough. Right. Okay. Awkward silence. Right. Okay. Tony Day says we love it really. We win at home, but can't put in a decent performance away. Why is that? A lot of people have addressed it in the comments already, but what do you reckon, Greg? Is there any? Because we've been talking. I mean, it's a normal conundrum in every podcast and space going, isn't it?
I think up to yesterday, actually, our away form had improved. I think we were unbeaten in, was it 5?
About 4 or 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think it is getting better. Let's face it, guys, we were playing Burnley yesterday. They're top of the league. It's one of the hardest places to go in the league. At the start of the season, if I'm going through the list, that isn't a banker 3 points for me. That's not even a banker 1 point. That is always going to be potentially a likely loss. So I think our away form is improving, and we've got some more palatable away games coming up. So maybe ask me that question in a month or so, because I think it is already improving.
Do you know?
Yeah, I can't agree with Greg, but like what you said with Hull, where I agree with him there, where we went defensive, we didn't have Bar or Vatter on, and, like he said, he brought him on, and one sets the other up. So, like Greg said, why don't we start them? And like he said, the team's near the bottom. Why is he putting Bar and Vatter on the bench? I'm not slaughtering Cleverly because he's, we're forgetting he's still new to this management. What I like about him is he does learn after every game, and he does try and improve. It don't always work, but he is slowly getting there. But yeah, we do need to up it away. It's so frustrating. I don't go to the away games, other fans do, but watching it on telly, it drives us all mad. We know what we're capable of. We watch it at home. Something like West Brom, I thought we were outstanding. That's the best I've seen us play this season, to be honest with you. And why can't they do it away? Because I always think there's less pressure away. There ain't as many fans away, is there? Not that we're going to give them stick. You get on top of their fans, you put them under pressure. But like I said, if that's what it is, we ain't lost in 4 up to Burnley. I didn't realise that. That is, like Greg said, that has improved. That's very good. But it'd just be nice to get a couple more wins there, wouldn't it? And like I said, we get that away form right, we'd be well up there. God. be unbelievable. So just need to tweak a few things. And
yeah, no, exactly, mate. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. No, but looking at it last time when we played Burnley, I mean, we played them under company, and we should have beaten them both times. I mean, they're a good side, but I'm just having a look at the results here. No, you're absolutely right, mate. Well, Swansea, 1, 2.
Cardiff.
No, I'm beaten in 2, mate, because we lost to Swansea.
Yeah, but then Cardiff was postponed, wasn't it? The gentleman has just put a good point in. QPR is going to be a good gauge to where we are.
Yeah,
because they're right. They're struggling down the bottom. We should really be thinking about going to Loftus Road and turning them over. And God will I like that, because I do not like QPR. I do not like QPR. So, what's that? New Year's Day, isn't it? Yeah, I've got a ticket. New Year's Day. They've completely rinsed us. 38 quid to sit in that. Yeah, but
yeah, I know it's bollocks. It's absolutely
we've been rinsed by QPR.
Yet we didn't do that, did we, mate? Sorry to interrupt you. We didn't do that to them, though, did we?
I wouldn't. I don't know what we charge you away fans. Don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. Carry on, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. As I say, New Year's Day, that'd be a good test. They're right at the bottom. We ought to be going there 3 points.
Yeah, we should be, mate. That's what Halsey was saying. We really need to win that one. That's the next away is QPR. We've answered that, Kev. He's not coming back. He's been training and he's going to go back for the rest of the season. It's on Rivich. Right, a couple of questions from Mike. He's been saying, hi, everyone. Happy Christmas. Right, okay. Couple of them, boys. How many points in the next 2 games and how many new players will come in January? Right, okay. I'll say... All right, let's have a look at fixtures. I'm just having a look. Bear with me, boys. Right, so Cardiff at home, QPR away, minimum 4 points. If Greg's saying 3, then I would say, we got really aimed for 6. But, I think 4 to 6 points for those two. How many players? Really, it's got to do with quality in January. If we're going to bring anyone in, don't just bring them in for the sake of it. Try and bring in quality players on the precipice of Premier League clubs that can't get in, that needs to have some game time. That's the kind of quality we need to bring in, players that need to prove a point, which they're going to be hungry and they're going to make our team better. Otherwise, it's no point bringing them in. Just before we get on, sorry boys, I'll come straight onto the thing. I've just waffled on for a bit. 6 points, no players from Woody. I agree, Wendover. QPR are next after the local airport town as being another horrible team. QPR on the rise, could be a tricky day out. Good points, boys. Right, okay, so how many points in the next 2 games, Greg? And how many players? I know we're going to talk about this in New Year, mate, with your...
Yeah.
Mate. What do you reckon?
6 points, 2 wins, 2 in the window. Centre forward can hold the ball up and put the ball back in the back of the net, and a holding midfield player, which I hope we go back for Hector Cipriano. We need another holder in midfield, and I understand one is going out, and it is Ken Sema.
Yeah, I think it's a shame. It's a shame if that's true, mate, because he's been a great servant.
He has been a good servant, but I think he's another one that's near the end of his game. He hasn't got that burst of pace anymore. I understand he's got a club in Sweden.
Sweden, Dino. Sweden. Right. Sweden. Right, okay, yeah, so how many points, mate? A lot of people are saying 6. How many points? And how many players you reckon? This will be waffling. This will be going on for the next month. But how many at the moment?
I'm hoping 6. Really, I'll probably go with you 4, but I'm hoping 6. It'd be nice. Yeah. And I agree with Greg. I think we need at least 2 players to add to this squad. I know we got a big squad, but you always need to keep people on their toes, and it's good to bring some fresh players in. I do agree. Just don't bring them in for the sake of it. You've got to have good think of, like you said, a holding midfielder and a striker, but they'll probably be hard to get hold of, won't they, at this time of year? And at what cost? I dare say, we always say it, I dare say cleverly he's got about 5 people on the list. You know, he probably want at least 2 of them. He won't get all 5, will he? But depending on costs, always have a look at free transfers, can't you? See what's about. But yeah, I'll go 6 points and 2 players. It'd be very nice. But it wouldn't surprise me if no players come in, to be honest with you. But you know, we've got to back him. He's got to be backed. You've got to give him a chance.
Yeah, because we're doing well. He's got to back him.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Yeah.
If we've got him for Cipriano for the last several windows, he has now got 6 months left on his deal. Now, that owner at Peterborough is no mug. He is not going to want to lose him next summer for nothing. Now, if we do want him, go and get him, and let's go and get him now. Let's not wait till the 31st of January. Let's go and get him in the first week in January. Give Darren Anthony a decent bid and go and take their captain away because we want him. Let's go and get him.
I'll tell you what, there's 2 chairmen. If the Pozzo's ever sold up, the 2 chairmen I would love at the club, and people are going to slaughter me for this. One is McAntony from Peterborough. I think he's excellent. He knows his stuff. He don't take no shit. And honestly, people will slaughter me for this. If he had the money, I'd love Simon Jordan.
No.
People would slaughter me, but I'll tell you what, he would not take any bollocks. He wouldn't interfere with the players. He would only let them get on with it, and he speaks sense as well.
He's one actually. I've read his book.
Yeah.
And when he owned Palace, I could not stand the fella.
No, same as.
Arrogant but since he's got into the media, I think he's refreshing in the media because he talks as it is. And you know, if any, this isn't a book review podcast, but if you want a book, want a book to read his book. It's an outstanding read.
Yeah, no, I just think he'd be absolutely brilliant. I'll tell you what, I met him on Soccer AM years ago, back in 2005, when it was really at its pomp. And he had the flash bloody hair over, and he looked like a twat. But I'll tell you what, after this show, they let the fans sort of come and have a walk around and meet Tubes and all that lot. And we stood with Simon Jordan. He was the loveliest guy ever. He was so nice. He stood there. As long as you chatted with him and don't be a little fanboy and have a chat, he just stood there and had a big chat with you. How he works at Palace, how's this done. We were there for about 15-20 minutes chatting with him. It's unreal. But yeah, he'd be brilliant. But Darren McAntee would be absolutely awesome. I'd love him as chairman of Watford. Really would. Kusek saying new keeper in January. Peter, you're absolutely spot on with both of them. They say how it is, mate. No messing. Yeah, that's what I mean. No messing. They don't interfere with the managers. They let them manage, basically. Do you take a penalty or similar on Soccer AM? No, I was a stranger on the sofa, mate. I had my Hemel shirt on. What do you guys think about Alessandro Yatta from Notts County? Untested at this level, but I think he could step up. Would he be reasonably cheap if we snatch him? Also, there's one from Peterborough that Danny Iron has gone on. I think he's going back to Villa in January. Very, very good player. I mean, I know Danny sees a lot of Stockport County games, and he said he recommends him as a potential. You know who he is, don't you?
Barry.
That's it.
Barry. Stockport of Villa have today told Stockport that they can't have him for the rest of the season, and he's going to be loaned to a championship club. Louis Barry, I think his name is.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah, he's a good player.
Might even be related to Gareth Barry. I think he might be Gareth Barry's boy.
Oh, God, that shows how old we are, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Freaking hell, I remember Barry when he was 17 playing for Villa. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
I might be wrong there, but I think I'm right.
I'll tell you what, it makes you feel even older when you're playing like a late 90s championship manager, and then suddenly the lads that they're almost got like grandsons almost starting in the academies. Fucking hell. I was told his granddad sort of thing. Yeah, no, brilliant, mate. But yeah, that both of them would be excellent. The one that you've been going on about would be an excellent signing. I mean, you know much more than me. And also the Stockport one, that would be absolutely awesome. I understand where Villa are coming from because he's had that taster of that lower level now. and they need to see how he can step up now. So if he's really going to make a break for the Villa first team, they need to see if he can take that next step now. Right, what else we got? Right, we're going to go in a second. Obviously, Moob's struggled to get on. It's not his fault. It's like I say, once again, it's a StreamYard thing. I do believe what Halsey's saying. I think the real truth is he's upset because City have been doing so shit recently. I think he's absolutely gutted with that. But boys, is there anything you want to say on anything else Watford matter before we shoot?
No, not really. I don't know this lad from Notts County, so I can't comment that being asked about in the comments. But no, let's who we got next? We've got Pompey at home. They had a good win at the weekend, though I think we'll have too much for them at home. And yeah, bring January on. 2 decent players coming in, 1 going out, and let's cement a place in that top 6.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Right, okay, so we'll see you back. So have a fantastic Christmas, everyone. We will see you back Sunday for TMA Sunday Night Live. So we'll look back on the game next Sunday as well against Cardiff, I believe. Next Sunday's Cardiff. I think 22nd, 29th, Sunday 29th. So we'll look back on that Sunday. So obviously we won't have a fans verdict, but we'll see you next Sunday night, 8 p.m. Massive shout out to Wendover. Thank you very much, mate. Young man Dino, the Turkish immigrant. Thank you very much as well, mate. These boys and girls, we will get moves back on next week, so apologise for that as well. But as always, up the horns.